Alright YouTube, today we are going to be doing a oil change on my 2005 Chevy Silverado. This is her right here. She's in pretty good condition for having just under 250,000 miles. But I figured I'd make this video because there's a lot of videos on YouTube, but they don't go as into detail as I like to usually do with things I do on my vehicles. But I just wanted to show y'all the engine bay. This thing is cleaner than your average 200,000 mile vehicle. I like to keep things clean. I don't like being dirty. I just did this front end, and if y'all want me to make a dissected video on how I hooked up these headlights, these are the new style headlights with the outline DRLs. I have them hooked up both to my daytime running and my regular headlights, so they stay on all the time. I don't have to worry about hyper flashing because I also have the relay in the dash that prevents that when I do put my flashers on. But we are going to make the oil change video first, and then if you guys want me to make the dissected video of the headlights, I can do so. They're pretty easy. It just requires a little bit of stuff to splice into the harness and everything like that. Usually people just hook it up straight to the DRLs, splice it right into that harness, but I like mine on all the time because I like the way they look. It really gives these trucks a nice remade look. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the oil plug and pick up from right there. Alright guys, so we got to lift it off the ground, and I did in fact pull the drain plug, and it is currently draining the oil out right now. It is a size 15, and the torque specs on that bolt that I'm about to show you guys is 18 pounds, and they recommend that. I also, when I take this off, I always replace the O-ring that's on it every time I do it. That's the old one. Doesn't look bad, could be reused, but I always replace them with the new one, and if y'all want the part number for that, it's right there. We will be using Valvoline 5W30 synthetic blend motor oil, high mileage. Also got my beverage, stay hydrated. We'll put the K&N Performance Gold oil filter back in it. I've always ran the best in this because she's an old girl. She deserves the best for living this long. But I will wait for this to be finished, and as soon as that's done, I'm gonna pull the filter out, also show you all that, and we'll start wrapping things up. Alright guys, I'm back. Alright, so we got the old filter out. This is Shadow, if nobody knows or was wondering. That's my dog, German Shepherd. Shadow boy. Yep, that's my boy Shadow. He's a good dog. He's 2.5 years old. But anyways, alright, so we pulled the filter out. And I used to, when I first got this truck, I used to change the filter every time I did a change. But these filters are pretty good quality, so I only do it every other change. So this is the second oil change, or I want to say the 4th or 5th change I've done on this truck, and it is time to put a new one in. So that's our old one. It doesn't look too bad. I don't see any metal shavings anywhere, so we're not dogging her too hard. But you just take a little bit of this oil that's on here, and you just put a little bit on that ring, and you slide it on here, and that's basically how that works. That's the old guy. Just gonna put that on there and get our new one. And what you want to do is you want to open, I usually do 6 quarts for this motor. It is equipped with the 5.3 liter, and you just fill this up with that little quart. That's what I usually do. And another thing, I used to have a really big problem getting these things out, And I just picked these guys up for 20 bucks from my local parts house, O'Reilly's. Absolutely flawless, amazing. Even though these filters are wrench accessible, you can take it off with a wrench. I feel like these are really awesome though. They work really well. I didn't think they would, but they do. And I will always use them, and I will support that. $20 ain't too bad for an easy job. I used to spend about 30 minutes trying to get this thing off. Sorry, I almost cussed there. I'm gonna go ahead and do that and show y'all what the oil looks like once I get the oil pan out of there after it's done draining. See if there's any metal shavings, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. We went ahead and pulled the oil pan, and from what I can see, other than this thing being sitting on the side of my shop, I don't see any foreign particles that shouldn't have been in my motor. So I think we're doing pretty good there. Oil doesn't even look that bad off, to be completely honest. Looks pretty clean. I mean, it looks like it's been used, of course, but other than that, pretty clean. That's our old one. And another thing I forgot to tell you guys is there's a gasket on the top of this guy right here. And I didn't tell y'all when I put the new one in, but you want to take a little bit of oil and rub around this gasket before you put it on. And I don't usually put them on too tight, so next time when I go for it, or next oil change after the next, I don't have to work too hard to get it off. So I usually do tool one hand tight enough to with one hand, and then I'll take it with both hands and do a quarter turn, kind of like how you do a lot of things with a ratchet or a wrench. But we got the plug in with the new full plug gasket. There again, there's the part number for that. If I can get it to focus here. 653296. It's a rubber gasket that I replace every time. It's just a good thing to do. And these are also at that parts house, these pliers. They were 20 bucks. These are usually like $3 to $5 for a pack of 6. And I'll also, once we get this oil in that we're about to do, I'm gonna put this in, and we're gonna replace on the inside of the truck this, and I'll show you all that. Also, I know a lot of people that see videos like this and they don't show you how to reset the oil life sensor in these trucks, so I'll also show y'all guys that. But sorry for all the trimming of the video, but it's kind of hard doing this by myself, also doing this work by my lonesome. And a lot of people are going to also say that this is not the best oil on the planet to use, but my truck's old, motor's not the best, or it's not the newest, so high mileage oil is the best I can use for this. They also have Royal Purple, and that is great oil. Don't get me wrong, that oil is amazing, but I wouldn't use that on this truck because of how the motor is stock. It's not ragged or anything, but it's stock. If I had put a new motor in this truck, like I plan to, if it ever needs one, hopefully not, we will use Royal Purple in this truck. But for right now, she's happy with her Valvoline, so she'll stay on Valvoline until she gets a new motor, and then all the extra enzymes in that oil that we're talking about, Royal Purple, will be replaced with new oil. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this oil in the truck, and then I'll come back to you guys and show y'all how to reset the sensor inside the truck so you don't have to worry about it going off and telling you to check your oil level every time. Because once it gets down to 23% oil life, it usually asks you to check your oil. And what I usually do for that, if I don't have the time to do the oil change at that moment, is I'll just grab another quart, put it in the truck, and then that sensor chills out and doesn't ask you to check the oil level. So I'm going to go ahead and put this oil in, and I'll bring you back to this, and I'll show you all how to reset that sensor inside the truck. Alright, be right back. Alright, we're back. The oil is now inside the truck. We have it all in there, all 6 quarts. Remember, 6 quarts, no less. It's okay if it's a little more, but not too much more. But I will go ahead and bring y'all guys underneath the truck. I have it still lifted off the ground. I'm gonna bring y'all underneath here and show y'all. There's our new oil filter and our oil plug. No leaks. Everything looks great. Nice and clean, just the way I like it. we're gonna go ahead and lower the truck back on its own feet again, and we'll jump in the truck and I'll show y'all how to reset that sensor inside the dash. Do it slowly. Go ahead and set y'all down. Alright, she's back on her feet again. I'm planning on doing a 3-inch lift because this is a 2-wheel drive truck. And I do like this truck a lot, so I think I'm going to spend the money and go ahead and lift it up on the front and make it level with the back. But we're going to go ahead and grab our keys. I'm going to show y'all how to reset that oil sensor in there. What you want to do is put the key in the ignition, turn it once, twice, lights come on. See, she has 243,000 miles. You're going to press this button if you have this button, so it shows your oil life, 17%. You're going to press this 3 times or 5 times. Oil life reset. Turn the ignition off, pull the key out, and you're all good. Your stuff's reset. I usually like to do my oil changes every 5,000 miles, so the oil filter that's in this truck now will last for another 10,000 miles. For my preference, that's how I do it. I do everything at 5,000 miles. This is again a 2005 Chevy Silverado, equipped with the 5.3 liter V8 Vortec engine. This is also a great time to check your coolant levels. These trucks take the orange Prestone coolant. You can't really see in there, but it's nice at the max. Our oil's already good. I checked it off camera, but it's good. I also got a cold intake, but that's nothing special. I mean, it does add a few more miles per gallon. I also have the scoop on that. It exits right next to the fog light right here. I'd get underneath there and show it, but it would be a separate video. Again, this is a 5.3 liter Vortec V8 2005 Chevy Silverado. If y'all like the video, please like and subscribe. Comment down below if you would like for me to know something that I didn't do correctly in this video. I will make a video every other week. Right now I'm kind of caught in the work life as a human being, but we will make videos. Thanks for watching.